Hey guys, so I decided to make a little series on my channel, and that is to see which vegan cheese alternative makes the best mac and cheese. And I'm talking like traditional macaroni, milk, stuff like that. So I decided to do that. So this will be the first little episode. And the two cheeses battling each other out is the 365 Whole Foods cheddar shreds and then the Violife cheddar shreds. So see which one wins. All right, so first off, we have the 365 plant-based cheddar style shreds. First, we're going to start out with a tablespoon of butter. Let that melt, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of flour. I'm going to go ahead and whisk that together, get that all nice and combined. So for all of these recipes, mac and cheese, I'm going to be using the same things. I'm going to add some milk, some flat milk. I used about a cup, and then I added it um, in like 2 bits, which I don't really show. Um, and this is the milk I'm going to be using for all of the recipes. And then I'm going to add some onion powder, garlic powder, and salt and some mustard powder. Get that all whisked together, and then add a cup of the cheese. Now, for the most part, it kind of melted. As you can see, there's still like chunks. It never actually fully incorporated into anything. And then I added 2 ounces of ziti. I didn't cook it fully. It was probably about like a minute under. And that's what it looks like before I went into the oven. I put in some breadcrumbs. And then this is what it looked like afterwards. Um, and it was actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it tasted just like mac and cheese. It was nice and creamy. But as you can see, even in the oven, it didn't fully melt, which is weird. But overall, it was good. Alright, so next up we have the Violife cheddar shreds. And I made it the exact same way that I made the other one, with a tablespoon of melted butter, a tablespoon of flour. Give that a good mix, make sure it's all incorporated. You do want to cook it out a little bit to remove some of that raw flour taste. When I was cooking the last one, I didn't put the measurements of the spices I used. So I used a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, dry mustard, and probably like a fourth of a teaspoon of salt. I added the milk in 2 parts. That's just so that it doesn't completely lump up. And then you're going to want to cook this and get this nice and thick. Once it's nice and thick, you're going to add in a cup of the cheese. This one had the same problem as the 365. It was melty, but it didn't completely melt. It still had quite a few chunks in it. I think no, I think they both had the same level of like non-meltiness to it. But I forgot to show me adding the pasta, but cooked the same way, put breadcrumbs on it. And then this is how it turned out. It honestly turned out, as far as like texture wise, the same. It didn't completely melt, but it was good. I want to say for this round, Violife won.